My name is Tran Hu Quang. I am from the Tuan An district in Bin Nhung province. In the past, I was a former chief of operations of the central newspaper. Once I visited a center for disabled and dioxin victims, and I was invited to work as an executive by one of the priests in this center. After working there for several years as a vice manager, I decided to leave and do something for disabled people. In 2006, I set up an An Phuc Center as a company to create jobs and take care of disabled people and Agent Orange victims. At this time, we have 11 non-certified children due to dioxin. The rest of the An Phuc members are blind or people with other disabilities. At the present time, there are over 30 children who are being cared for by An Phuc Center. Besides these 30 people, 18 kids living permanently in An Phuc. The rest of the children are here to learn handmade crafts but live elsewhere. I am the General Director who teaches the children to follow the rules, to be kind to each other and to appreciate the life as such, no matter what their disabilities. To tell the truth, we had a difficult time 2 years ago. I was looking everywhere for a house to rent for all the kids to be able to work. Then the Tien Ho charitable organization thankfully helped us with accommodation last year. Life is still difficult since we moved here, though many people have helped us a lot. Our lives depend on income from selling handicraft products and doing cultural performances, and the help of some donors who send us rice and food. I'm trying to find a piece of land to build a house for all the kids. I'm worried not only for this generation, but for many generations later, and want to make sure that An Phuc members will have a permanent home in the future. The person who is responsible for singing is Lê Van O. He has studied for 5 years, and now he is managing the An Phuc band. The first assistant who is taking care of An Phuc is Ha Thi Hong Hiep. She is 36 years old. She teaches everyone in An Phuc how to do handmade crafts, and she administers the funds. I discovered that she is very honest and determined. She has ability to learn, so I decided to invite her to join this program in May of 2006. Hiep is a dioxin victim who had 6 operations due to her disabilities.
My name is Ha Thi Hong Hiep. I was born in 1976 in Bin Tuan, where there were many forests destroyed by Agent Orange. My father joined the resistance war and my mother lived in that forest. I am the eldest daughter in my family. I have 5 brothers and sisters. My family has had a difficult life. I was born with 2 disabled legs, so it was very difficult for me to move. When I was 20, a mother and child organization sent me to the children's hospital, where I met a group of French doctors. They checked my 2 legs and told me that they could not help me. They advised my mother that I should not have any surgery at that time. I was so sad that I cried many nights wondering why I was born with my legs like this and why I had to suffer discrimination from people. I thought about it so much that I wanted to die and not be a burden for my parents. Once I asked a person to buy sleeping pills for me. Before taking the pills, I wondered if I should do that. My parents worked hard to raise me. Now, if I committed suicide, I would not be worth my parents' love. I stopped my negative thinking and decided to live well. Though I have to suffer this miserable life, though I am so sad for my disability, I must live with my parents till the end of my life. Father Quang gave me a chance to learn a trade for 7 days, to bead flowers. Later I taught people in An Phuc how to do that. It was easier for people who can see to do it, but their hands are very weak, so they must use their mouths too. It was very difficult for them to do. When they were making the product, their hands and their mouths bled. I thought this would help the brothers and sisters here spend their time and forget about their sadness due to their disabilities. We'll start to do the 3rd bead, so it'll be easy for us to hold them. The first bead has already been done. Roll them around a little bit so that it'll look more beautiful. I did not know how to teach blind people to bead flowers. First I taught them how to thread a needle, then use the needle to penetrate the whole of the flower, and then to bead the separate flower petals into a full flower. The blind people could not see where the whole of the flower was, so sometimes their fingers got hurt by the needles and would bleed, so they had to learn to be careful, and now they can do it without using the needles. Before, people were able to bead 10 flowers per day, but now they can do half a kilogram, or about 200 flowers. Do beads blurred petals, D beads inner petals. Thin makes the leaves of the flower. To make a piece of leaf, he must use both his hands and mouth. Kong knits the vase, and Phung attaches flowers to the branch. The family of An Phuc teamed together to create a vase of flowers. I was very happy when we could sell the first vase of flowers for the price of 320,000 dong, or $16 US.
My name is Diem Tu. I am from Cambodia. I'm 23 years old. At first, I did not know anything about taking care of a baby. My mother taught me how to hold the baby and breastfeed him. She also taught me how to wash his clothes and how to make the formula and bottle feed him. My mother also taught me how to make warm water to bathe the baby. I held the baby in my arms and I cleaned him with a towel. After bathing him, I put baby powder on his body, then I put on his diapers. When my son is sick, I am very worried because I do not know what kind of sickness it is, and I don't know how to help him to get better.
My name is Ho Van Du. I'm 23 years old. I am blind, so it is difficult for me to fulfill my duty to my child, but the love of a father means I must try to take care of him. When my wife got pregnant, she went to stay with her mother, and I tried to work to save money for the birth. When I heard that she safely gave birth to my son, I was so happy, and I went home to visit them. When my son was 7 months old, I took him to An Phuc. Everyone in An Phuc has helped me take care of him. Now he is 2 years old, and I have sent him to nursery school. I am a husband and a father. so I always want my wife and my son to be happy. We are living and working in An Phuc, so Father Quang also has responsibility for my son. Sometimes we ask people in An Phuc to feed him because, since we are blind, we are worried about having bones in his food. It was very difficult for us to take care of my son when he was sick in the hospital, so we asked for help from people in An Phuc. We are trying to save some money for his education later. I'm blind and I do not have much education myself, so I hope my son will be a good boy to his parents and study well later.
I do not know about my life in the future, but I want my son to go to school. I will try my best to take care of him. I often teach my son good manners. When someone gives him something, I also teach him how to say thank you. Though we are both blind, my husband and I will try to take care of him.
I am Chin. I am 23 years old. Have family, father, mother, babysitter. I like to sleep, watch TV, play soccer, and to go coffee.
An Phuc had a cultural performances in Van Lang University where I was studying. At that time, I tried to make some handicraft products with them. After graduating, I wanted to have a good job, so I searched on the net about An Phuc. Then I contacted Miss Heap and applied for a job there. Everything was so strange when I first came to An Phuc. After a short time talking, I found that everyone here had a similar situation, so it was very easy for them to sympathise with me, and I soon felt very comfortable to live here.
When I got pregnant with Chen, I had a lot of pain in my stomach until I gave birth. I gave birth to Chen early. He was only a little more than 7 months old. Because my family was very poor at that time, I didn't have enough money to go to the hospital. I gave birth to him at home. There was a local nurse who took care of us at that time.
I know about the difficulties that my parents had suffering to raise me. I wonder why they gave birth to me like this. I feel sad for myself, but I feel sadder for my parents, because they gave birth to me, but they did not want me to be like this.
He cried all the time. I took him to a doctor when he was 1 month old. The doctor told us that if Chen could survive, he wouldn't be able to do anything when he grew up. We had to take care of him because he was our son. We also didn't have money to go to the hospital. It was very difficult for us to take care of him.
There is the difference between An Phuc and my family. My parents gave birth to me, and I have to live for them. But I still respect An Phuc. However, I feel happier in An Phuc, but I feel warmer at home.
My name is Nguyen Minh Tang. I was born on the lands bordering Bintan Commune, Tây Ninh Province. There were 15 siblings in my family. When I was 1.5 months old, I was infected with paralytic polio. My parents sent me to school because I was too eager to study, but they didn't think I would make it. I didn't start the first grade until I was 10 years old. Sometimes my brothers or sisters took me to school. Other times I crawled my way. When it rained, it was so disgusting to crawl in the dirt and wetness. My parents told me, "Son, you are a disabled person. It won't help to study so much. You should find a vocation." It didn't deter me. I was passionate about my studies. I thought only when I was knowledgeable would I have a better life. So I did it. I wanted to go to university to integrate into society. But my family was too poor to afford my studies in Ho Chi Minh City. So I stayed in my hometown. I became an apprentice electrician, fixing equipment. At the same time, I worked as a teacher for poor children. Luckily, in 2007, I was accepted into the Ho Chi Minh City Association for the support of Vietnamese handicapped and orphans. After finishing the course, the vocational center introduced me to another center for young people. That's when I met Father Quang. After 3 years in An Phuc, the center helped me to get into the University of Labor and Social Affairs. I'm the only handicapped person there, the only one who rides a wheelchair to school and studies in an environment with all normal people.
Yeah, good.
Từ cái lúc mà tôi về dưới lại An Phuc.
Life in An Phuc was very difficult when I moved there. From June 2006 until 2009, we barely survived, and sometimes we did not have rice to eat. Father Quang works very hard outside. He usually gets home late at 10 p.m., sometimes at 3 a.m. I have always admired him. When he is at home, he helps Bin and Kong, who cannot walk, to go to the toilet. When I am busy, he always helps me to clean the bottles that Bin and Kong use to pee into. He wants to save the bottles for the next use, so he himself cleans all those bottles for them. He washes Bin and Kong all the time. When we travel for the cultural performances, Father Quang always brings Bin and Kong to the car by himself, and then he feeds them. He always has fun with us, but if anybody makes a mistake, he teaches us and reprimands us seriously. He teaches us how to talk, how to be polite with everyone. When we are sick, he is the one that takes care of us.
To tell the truth, after Hiep finished a job training course in Bin Yung, we ran into financial problems. We did not have enough capital. I had to lend 10 million of my own money, but we only had a total of 13 million Vietnamese dong, or 150 US dollars. But Hiep did not give up. After the products were made, we didn't know who would buy them. At that time, we did not have the store in the museum. We had to live by doing cultural performances in the Buddhist temples and special events around Ho Chi Minh City and other parts of Vietnam. Thanks to these performances, we could sell our products, and everyone had some money to go to the countryside at the end of the year.
In 2004, when the Vietnam Association of Victims of Agent Orange was established, we, the victims of Agent Orange, were supported by the association to sue the chemical companies who had produced and spread the toxic chemical that greatly affected humans' health and the natural environment in Vietnam. I volunteered to be one of the 27 plaintiffs joining the lawsuit against the chemical companies. However, I must say that the case was rejected many times by the US government and the US court. They tried to deny their responsibility. We think we deserve some kind of support. For example, for direct victims who joined the war and were acknowledged by the Vietnamese government, they should be offered monthly allowances. On the other hand, the children that were born after the war, whose parents used to live in areas affected by Agent Orange, haven't received any compensation. They are at a disadvantage and have to bear lifelong difficulties. Our association is taking care of those children. Having no resources, we're just doing our best to call for sponsorship. But in order to have capital for expenses, and also if we win the lawsuit and get the compensation, we need to have sufficient evidence from both domestic and foreign sources. Therefore, we must do it properly and follow legal procedures.
On behalf of victims who are living and working in An Phuc Centre, I enclosed and listed the name of the victims to send to the local governments to ask for these victims' rights. I have listed and enclosed the names of the victims who are certified and the victims who are not certified. There are 5 people who are not certified as Agent Orange victims in Binh Thuan province. There is 1 person who is not certified as an Agent Orange victim in Dak Lak and 1 person who is not certified in Ho Chi Minh City. So now I have done the documents and listed the names of the victims to send to the local governments to confirm, and I have done all the procedures to get all these victims admitted as Agent Orange victims under the victims' rights policies of the government. I want to inform you that there are 5 victims who have not been recognised and certified. We want to inform the localities about those victims who have not been certified, so that all the local leaders can do what is necessary to help those victims be entitled to get long-term benefits from the government. I want to introduce them to you. There are 2 brothers and 1 sister, Lê Van Bin, Lê Van Tan Kong, and Lê T Phuc. Their father is Lê Van Hai and their mother is Lê T Nam. They are all living in a small village, Khai Gang, in Binh Thuan province.
My name is Lê Van Bin. I was born in 1983. I live in a small village, Khai Yang, in Binh Thuan province. There are 9 members in my family. My parents and 7 of us, including 3 girls and 4 boys. 3 of us are infected by Agent Orange. My younger brother, my younger sister, and myself. At present, my younger brother and I are living and working in An Phuc House, and my youngest sister is at home with my parents. My mother took me to a doctor 10 days after she gave birth to me. The doctor told her that my brain was retaining water. He said he could treat it, but that I would only live 10 days and certainly not more than a month. My family insisted that the doctor save me, even though the prognosis was grim. The doctor honored my family's request, treated me with some kind of medication for my condition, and it was a real miracle. So far, I have survived for 29 years. During all those years, I have been suffering from heart disease, and now I'm having kidney stones that are tremendously painful. I have no bones in my arms and legs. I combine my hand and foot so that I can grab what I need when I need to hold something. I coordinate hands and feet when I do my job. Normally, my arms and legs are fine, but when the weather changes, they are very tired and sensitive. I massage my arms to keep the circulation flowing and stretch my legs to make my body more comfortable. I always smile, though I know these diseases will follow me for the rest of my life. My smile always accompanies me. It is my message that I am sending to everyone. Even though my body is ravaged by disease, I smile because it keeps me going. It tells everyone that I am still alive. My youngest brother is Skong. He's a stubborn boy, but his character is straight and narrow. Sometimes I get angry with him. It's because I love him a lot. Even if he makes mistakes, I am his brother. I must always love him. After all, we are living far away from our family, so my brother is the only one who shares everything with me in this life. Sometimes he cannot understand what I say, so he argues with me. I always smile and keep silent to make him happy, because I know he doesn't mean it and his mood is not stable due to such sadness. About my youngest sister Phuc, she has rough manners, but I love her anyway. I do not want my sister to struggle in life and suffer discrimination from the people around. My sister is naive because she is too young and her knowledge is limited. I think life in An Phuc's house is not suitable for her, and I prefer that she stay at home where she can find love with my family. I am honored and grateful to my parents who gave me life, took care of me and protected me for more than 28 years. I am thankful to them for raising me. I have great affection for Mr. Quang, who considers me as his son. He taught me many good things. I feel he is my second father.
Và tôi cảm nghĩ là bố là một người cha thứ hai của tôi.
Chú sinh năm 1900.
I was born in 1954. I did not join any organization till the completed liberation of the South. In 1965 or 1966, I was around 10 or 11 years old. I sat here and I saw the plane spray white chemicals, but later I knew that it was defoliant. This place was forest in the past, and I sat here watching the planes. They fired, destroyed and sprayed chemicals from this side to that side, which formed a long lane. I saw with my eyes how they sprayed white smoke daily. A few years ago, there was an Agent Orange organization which came from the north. Then we and our children were invited to a hospital in Binh Thuan district by a professor in that organization. After they tested, they confirmed that my children were infected with dioxin.
The fourth person is Ha Thi Hong Hip, who is administered by An Phuc Center. Her father is Ha Put, who is the head of Pho Bin Cooperative. Her mother is Pham Thi Lin.
I came here first in 1959, and my wife came here in 1970. She lived in Quang Nhai before. That area is Bin Sun, where there were many Agent Orange people. The Americans spread toxic chemicals in that area because it was a revolutionary place. At that time, I did not know that was called Agent Orange. I thought they spread defoliant to destroy the forests, so that people who were doing revolutionary activities could not find any place to hide.
These are Hip's pictures. This picture was taken when she went to the Hanoi Military Hospital for her operation in October 2000. This operation was supported by Binh Tuan Agent Orange organization. This picture was taken after her operation. The doctor was treating her legs. He was teaching Hip how to do physiotherapy. Doctors treated her legs for 3 years continuously. Thanks to the Red Cross, my daughter can have a new life.
The last person is Dang Ti Nyang. Her mother is Huang Ti Q, who is living in Duc Ninh district.
Her father became a soldier in 1959, but now all his documents are lost. He protected the military zone in Hanoi for 3 years. After that, he went somewhere and then he came back home. He lost all his papers. We declared that to the government, but then he got sick, so we stopped looking, and then he died. All the declared papers I filled were in the north. Then I moved here, and I don't know where they are now. I couldn't find them. When I gave birth to her, her legs folded down. When she started walking, she walked with the sole of her foot up. A doctor did an operation to make the foot flat. One foot was nice, but the other foot had an infection, and the doctor had to cut the flesh out, so that now her leg is only bone, so it's very weak.
Before the operation, my left leg was twisted so that I couldn't put on a slipper. After the operation, I could do that. I had 3 operations for both legs, but the right leg had to be operated on for the second time because it got infected.
According to Decree 54, there are 2 circumstances to be certified by the government. The first regulation is applied to the parents of the victims who fought directly on the battlefield, and the second regulation applies to their own children.
The Decree 54 is for people who fought in the war, and the Decree 67 is for disabled people and social support. If these victims belong to the Decree 54, they will be entitled from the government. Otherwise, they will be considered under the social support.
In order to certify that the parents were in the war, they have to enclose their documents to prove they were there. The parents should submit all the documents, including the files of their congenitally malformed children. The original documents have to be recognized by the government and other organizations. Who will consider all those documents? The leaders in the commune will do that. The commune council will consider these documents under Decree 54, then they will transfer them to the district council.
Even though these victims were infected by Agent Orange, they are citizens only, so they are not included under the Decree 54. So the government only supports them as disabled people. Even though their parents are infected with dioxin, they cannot get recognition from the government. For example, the parents of these victims are infected with dioxin, their children are disabled. The children are only entitled under the social support and will be compensated with only 180,000 dong or $9 per month. For the people who fought in the war and were infected by Agent Orange, the compensation will be different, 500,000 dong, $25 or more.
My name is Lev An O. I was born in 1993. I'm the eldest of 2 brothers and 2 sisters. When I was born, I had limited visibility in my right eye. For instance, I was only able to follow a direct light. At that time, my eyes were as swollen as 2 lemons, but I could see a little through one of them. I was taken to a doctor in the city. He said that it was possible to operate on my right eye, but that I was too young for them to take the risk. I was told to wait until I was 8 years old to be operated on. When I was 4 or 5 years old, I always stayed at home. When my younger sister was born, I stayed at home and helped my mom to take care of the baby. I lulled her to sleep so that my mom could do her work. Before I turned 8, the skin of my right eye ended up covering the whole eye, and I could not see anything anymore.
He looks like a mature and decent person. He is a very devoted son, but he is difficult. He has had an independent life since he was a child. When he stayed here, I allowed him to study piano. After that, he asked my permission to leave here to go to Ho Chi Minh City. He told me that he would earn money, at least to feed himself, and not be my burden. He is very devoted to his parents and a good brother for his younger brothers and sisters. He always teaches them what is right and what is wrong when he returns here. Though he has no eyes, he knows everything.
When I started to learn music, I found it difficult. It was new to me and I had no idea what it was about. It wasn't something I wanted to do. I did it because I was told to do so. In the beginning, it was very hard. The teacher held my hand to show me where each note was on the instrument. Then the teacher played the notes one by one so that I could hear them and learn them by heart. I needed to use my hands and my ears. At first, not only was music class difficult, but I actually didn't like it. In hindsight though, I do feel a connection to the music. Each time I play the keyboard, I feel an indescribable inspiration, like something changed me. Then I became interested in music, and that interest forces me to practice. What I needed to practice was how to control my fingers. I didn't focus on the notes, I just remember the songs in my head. If I like a song and decide to play it, I'll listen to that song very carefully and try to figure out how it is being played. If I cannot totally imitate them, I try to play as close to it as I can. I have to listen to a song several times to remember it. Then I can play it.
I think An Phuc will be better in the next 5 years. We hope that we will have a piece of land to build a house for everyone in An Phuc. So far, making handicrafts to sell helps everybody in An Phuc earn money. But I do not know how long this handmade craft business will last. I only hope that this job can survive longer in the market. And I hope we will have a lot of customers to buy our products. I hope that in the future, many batches of our goods will be exported abroad.
Tôi hy vọng là sẽ có những lô hàng xuất khẩu đi nước ngoài.
My name is Lê Van Bin. I have 8 brothers and sisters. My parents do not own land, so they are employees only, and they have to take care of our 8 brothers and sisters. The only thing that would make my parents proud and happy was my getting good grades in school. During 3 years, I was one of the top 3 students in college. My parents always hoped I would have a good life in the future. When I was in grade 12, I discovered I had a strange tumor in my leg. Doctors checked my leg and they did a biopsy. After the tests, doctors said that I had bone cancer. Doctors explained to me that they would start chemotherapy treatment. After 3 months, they said they would do surgery to cut a section of bone in my leg. But because I could not afford to pay for the treatment, I decided to come back home.
My name is Trinh Tị Duyên. I was born in a family with 4 siblings in Nghệ An. My father has an unstable job. Sometimes he works as a construction worker. Other times he sells lottery tickets. My mother farms, well, what she grows in the paddy. I am one of 4 siblings. 3 of us are disabled. Only my sister, who is the eldest, is normal. My 2 younger brothers and I were born with severe congenital defect. Among the 3 of us, I was the only one who could go to school.
After the operation, I did not leave home. I was very sad, so I decided to come back to school to continue studying at Dong Thap College. After graduation, I entered Van Lang University, where I met the most important girl in my life.
Before grade 8, I was able to walk on my own. I was not as strong as the others, but in general I could walk. However, since grade 8, my legs have become gradually weaker. It was horrible when they became sluggish and stopped developing. I went to see a doctor and he said that I suffer from high levels of dioxin in my body. I received treatment from an American aid agency. They came directly to my house for checkups and treatments. At first, the diagnosis was that what I have is curable, which gave me great hope. However, 1 or 2 months later, the doctor's final prognosis was that my disease is impossible to cure. I was hopeless, and I was devastated.
The first time I met Duyên, I had a special feeling. When I looked at her, I wondered if I would spend the rest of my life with her. That night, it was raining heavily when I pushed her home from school in a wheelchair. When we got home, we were wet. All the people in the dormitory admired and teased us. We asked them to join us in the rain, and that night, everyone was as wet as a drowned rat. Since that night, we have loved each other officially.
During our courtship, we would spend time together at the university by day, and by night we would see each other back at the dormitory.
Every night we used to sit and talk together. We discussed our studies. We used to stay up late till 1 or 2 in the morning to complete Duyên's graduation paper.
For the duration of the courtship, Bin wheeled me to and from school until I had completed the course. Later, when he told me he loved me, I was very worried. Of course, I hesitated. I mean, with my family's situation, if he loves me, he will suffer. I knew I had strong feelings for Bin. I told my parents about Bin, about his disabilities. I told them that he loved me. At first, they objected. All they said was that they wanted me to marry someone from our hometown. My parents were afraid that if I married Bin, I would suffer. I took their words to heart, and after careful consideration, I refused Bin's proposal.
Time went by so fast, and finally we had to say goodbye to each other. The hardest time for us was when we visited our families. Both sides did not approve. They were scared that our children would be miserable later. We were very worried because we did not know whether we could be together.
Though I had already made up my mind, I also realized that I had never known anyone who took such good care of me. We weren't just lovers. We had started to share our lives. That night, we told each other everything. I finally confessed my family situation. I told him about our disabilities, all three of us. Bin told me that he didn't care. He loved me, and it didn't matter what my family situation was. He asked me to give him a month's time. After Bin completed his own studies, he would go with me to my parents' home to ask for their permission so that we could continue to be with one another. I waited, even though I was hesitant.
We were very happy when both families agreed and approved.
In June 2010, there was an exhibition in the War Museum in Ho Chi Minh City about disabled people who overcome difficulties. An Phuc Center sent some pictures to be included in this program. There were a few important people in the War Museum who saw the pictures of An Phuc members making their handicraft products. So eventually, they allowed us to have a small corner in there in order to sell our products. Thanks to the management of the museum, now everyone in An Phuc has a better life.
The An Phuc children come from many different provinces. They are not permanent residents of Ho Chi Minh City. Therefore, it is beyond our regional power to certify whether they are Agent Orange victims or not. Having witnessed the difficulties these children have been through, we certify An Phuc House is a house for disabled children. Among them are many with symptoms of Agent Orange infection. That's why we help them without asking for any certifications. Recently, we have succeeded in getting sponsorship from an organization named Soldier's Heart Initiative, a group of US veterans who are part of the Vietnam War. They want to help the Agent Orange victims by practical actions so that they can relieve their conscience after the damage done to Vietnamese people. 2 children from An Phuc House, namely Trinh Hoài Vu and Wing Thi Nha, underwent surgery at that time. Hoài Vu's foot was curled up and inclined. He had the surgery and had his foot cast in plaster. About Nha, her right hand, surgery was sponsored by the organization Orange Dioxin from France. Her fingers were permanently contracted on her right hand. She underwent a surgery to have her fingers extended. However, doctors said the surgery might provide a 50% success rate only. Full recovery was almost impossible because she had the deformity for such a long time.
There are many children in my centre who are not formally recognised as victims. There is some entitlement for them in their local districts, but when they move to An Phuc, people in the local area cut that entitlement from them. They said there is a support from another place, so they do not care. But my centre is a place to manage jobs for disabled people, not a place to issue the entitlement for them. After all, they work on their own to earn money, not to ask support from anyone.
I did chemotherapy for my leg, so there was much less of a chance that I would be able to have a baby with my wife. So when I found out that I was going to be a father, I was very happy. I didn't know how to express my feelings.
When the doctor told me I was pregnant, we were very happy. Bin and I were afraid that I could not get pregnant. Bin was treated for cancer, and it wasn't certain if the treatment made him sterile. In any case, we were both excited with such wonderful news.
Zwin's health has not been good recently. Now that she is pregnant, she cannot eat well, and she often has pain in her stomach, so I am more worried.
Trong quá trình mang thai đầu á, thì em có
The pregnancy is hard on my body.
rất là mệt mỏi.
I have morning sickness. I get tired easily, and often I have stomach pains. Although I experience discomfort physically, mentally I am happier than ever. I hope our child will be lucky in life, even though his parents have not been. It's enough for me that he is a healthy, happy child. I suffer from the Agent Orange dioxin. The baby's father suffered from bone cancer. I am afraid that our child will have what I have or what my husband has. I do not know what to do. It really frightens me if this happens. I am even more worried because although my brother was born normal, he later developed such severe disabilities. I worry very much for my child.
I do not mind if my child is a boy or a girl. I only wish my child will be healthy. I don't have a stable job. I will not have enough money to take care of 3 people with only my salary from An Phuc. Suyin is going to give birth, so she cannot work. So in the near future I will find extra work to take care of my wife and my baby.
Tôi nguyện cho là những người khuyết tật.
I pray for everyone in An Phuc, the people in Vietnam and all people in the world to be happy. I pray that I would be able to help everyone who is willing to overcome their difficulties by themselves. I pray for them to be able to overcome their miseries in this life, so they would be healthy and happy in their next life. Every night I pray for that, and I also pray for peace in the world without war. I pray for myself to be healthy, so that I can help everyone in An Phuc. I pray that I will be successful in the field of Oriental medicine, so that I can help poor and disabled people with all my heart and knowledge.
Bằng cái niềm tin và tấm chân tình của tôi.
Một bông hồng cho anh, một bông hồng cho em, và một bông hồng cho những ai đang còn mẹ để lòng vui sướng hơn. Tối mai này mẹ hiền có mất đi, như đó hoa không mặt trời, như trẻ thơ không nụ cười. Ngỡ đời mình không lớn khôn thế, như bầu trời thiếu ánh sao đêm. Mẹ là dòng suối diệu thiền, mẹ là bài hát thần tiên, là bóng mát trên cao, là mắt sáng trăng sao, là ánh đuốc trong đêm khi lạc lối. Mẹ là lon mía ngọt ngào, mẹ là nai chuối buồng câu, là tiếng xe đêm thâu, là nắng ấm nương dâu, là một luyện yêu thương cho cuộc đời. Rồi một chiều nào đó anh về, nhìn mẹ yêu, nhìn thật lâu, rồi nói với mẹ rằng mẹ ơi, mẹ có biết hay không, biết gì, biết là con thương mẹ. Đó hoa màu hồng vừa cài lên áo đó anh, đó hoa màu hồng vừa cài lên áo đó em. Thì xin anh, thì xin em, hãy cùng tôi vui sướng đi, hãy cùng tôi vui sướng đi. Chiều nào đó anh về, nhìn mẹ yêu, nhìn thật lâu, và nói với mẹ rằng mẹ ơi, mẹ có biết hay không, biết gì, biết là con thương mẹ không. Đó hoa màu hồng vừa cài lên áo đó anh, đó hoa màu hồng vừa cài lên áo đó em. Thì xin anh, thì xin em, hãy cùng tôi vui sướng đi, hãy cùng tôi vui sướng